Welcome. So before starting this lecture, before starting this video, I wanna thank you and congratulate you. Why? Because an amazing thing happened to me. Okay, from your side. What? Just after I have uploaded the last video, that is our lecture number 5, in which we have covered our user service part 1. Okay, and in that we have created our auth controller, DTOs, okay, request, response, entities, and repository. Fine. Now I got one feedback, okay, in the comment section that sir, you have did login and refresh token and logout, three important endpoints. So you have implemented these three endpoints incorrect. It's wrong. Like, it's not entirely wrong, but it is not the best approach, he told to me. Okay, so what he suggests is that it is not required to return the login response. Okay, here, once user login. Okay, and he's correct, he's absolutely correct. And I've asked him why. Then he suggested me that it is not a good practice to return login response. Okay, because login response contains the access token, refresh token, okay, confidential information. So we should return just a simple user data, just a simple user DTO which contains first name, last name, email, phone, roles, and whatever. Not even password, access token, refresh token, no. And also he suggested me a way, because we are using the JWT auth, so directly we can set the token in cookie, we can set cookie in response, and browser automatically with response send the cookie with every request. This is his solution, and that is the best approach. Fine. And it's all because of what we started, the step 0 functionality. Yes, that is why I've created this. Okay, like I'm going to push one day before step 0. Okay, this is your area. Fine. And then here I'm gonna push, you already know that all the MD file broken parts of what we are going to create. Okay, so for example, user service, ER diagram, include dependency, API flow, user for whatever, and you need to code with best practices. And then next day I'm gonna create the video so that you can cross check, or you can point out the mistake that you have implemented wrong. There is another best approach. Okay, fine. So yeah, thanks to you, thanks to me. Okay, and let's make this course a fabulous, okay, one in all. Fine. After that you'll need nothing. Okay, and with the complete 400 lectures, just like the same way we are going to go. Fine, so let's start with this video. Okay, and yeah, so so the last video, what we have did, we have completed our auth controller, which is again need to rectify few things in this auth controller, especially in the login, refresh token, and logout security purpose. Definitely we are building a real world app. Okay, fine. So auth controller, then request response DTO, few more DTOs we need to add, entities. Okay, that's all, 4 entities. Fine. And what else? Repository. Okay, repository service. Fine. Okay, so let's finish everything in this video. So this will be the user service final part. Okay, and the clients, and then utils. Fine, everything else. Okay, a long way to go. Fine, interesting, most interesting. Okay, this is why step 0 is making this course most interesting. Okay, so let's let's start with a flow which I'm gonna show you. Okay, fine. A user login form. This is login form, username, password, login button once logged in. Okay, and in the backend JWT token generated. Okay, generated and set in the login response object, and we are returning back with all the with it contains the token and everything else. So now let me show you the flow and what he suggested me. Okay, and if you implemented the login and entire thing, if you done, then in the same way, then please hold on, there is another better approach. Okay, so let me, yeah, the flow should goes like yeah, this is all. So initially this is my user and this is my login form. Here is my username, here is my password, and this is my login button. Once user successfully logged in the backend we are generating the token. Okay, setting in the login response object and returning back. Okay, so this is the normal flow. But what we'll do is, one thing if you remember, I told you that we need to store, just focus on first 25 minutes of this video. Rest is all coding. You can just go in that here implementation. One second. What? Yeah, this is ShopZone implementation, and you can just import or just check out the code. Okay, but what I wanna make you understand is this. So I told you it is a best approach to store the JWT token in cookies. Okay, HTTP cookies rather than local storage or session storage, because these two are easily can be accessible by JavaScript. Okay, cookie is not. Fine. So definitely we should not adopt this approach. We should have to store our token in cookies. Okay, fine, good. Then if this is so, it's very easy. Okay, so we'll create a cookie util class. Okay, fine, and this is my user. Same thing, login form, username, password, login button. User entered username, password, clicked on the login, successfully logged in. In the backend we are generating the token. Same thing. Then we created a cookie. In that we are storing a token. Fine. Now here we are setting this cookie in the response. For that we are going to use the HTTP servlet response. Okay, so now once logged in, now we are not returning this login response, instead a simple user DTO. Okay, but remember one thing, once user clicked or accessed any endpoints, profile or whatever, fine, browser sends the cookie in response with every request user make. That cookie automatically that cookie contains what? JWT token. From there we'll get the token, access the endpoints. Okay, and at the time of logout we will expire it, delete all auth. Okay, cookies. So once user try to access any, okay, he'll find the expired token and finish, everything gone. How about that? So it is not mandatory to return our login response in the login method. Rather we can return the user DTO, simple. Okay, because we've already set our cookie in the response. Yeah, and cookie contains the token. So in the response we are getting the cookie contains the token, we got the token, access the APIs, that's it. Okay, done, code it. stop, pause the video. This is all about code it. You can just go to the GitHub repository, but before it, do at your own this thing. Do at your own this thing. Yes, okay, fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, and now we are not gonna stop, directly finish our entire user service. Okay, so the very first thing, okay, just see here, we'll create a util is the package, and cookie util. Fine. Here at component. Fine. So here what we'll do is everything, the job is done in here only. So we'll create a cookie. We will set the access token, okay, in the cookie. Okay, so yeah, it comes inside it. Fine. And then we will send this cookie in the response. Okay, so it become access token cookie. Fine. And same thing we'll do for the refresh token. Fine. So the method name like set access token cookie, set refresh token cookie, delete access token cookie, delete refresh token cookie, delete all auth, okay, for the logout. And the last method is helper method to create the cookie. Yeah, in the initial video also I've just created one video where we have stored the token in the cookie. In that we are creating the cookie in the JWT auth filter, but let's do separately, okay, everything in their own package. Fine, understood, go on. Okay, yeah, started. Also if you want me to implement at least one API, let's say login API, fine, let me implement it. Okay, let me show you the flow, how we are passing here HTTP servlet response, then to the service, then to the cookie util. It will create, set and send in the response. Complete flow. Okay, just focus here. Let me implement the entire login and then you can just go with the refresh token and log out. Okay, let's start. So here HTTP servlet response and response. Fine, and here let me pass the response. Okay, everything and yeah, here too it should be user DTO. Okay, user DTO. Fine, and here user DTO or user response. Okay, or fine, let's say user DTO. Let's go with that. Okay, now in the service, let's implement directly auth service, right? So first in the interface, let me declare the method. So we are returning the user DTO, right? User DTO and login, and what? The first thing is login request, and HTTP response. Fine. Okay, then we will in the auth service implementation, let's implements. Okay, auth service. Okay, so implement the method. Okay, and here, yeah, let's start it. So at first log dot info. Okay, and login attempt for email. Okay, and what I'm getting, login request dot get email, right? Now let's start. Let me slf4j. Okay, imported, and then now user. So my user, okay, in the entity user equals, okay, in the user repository, let me auto wire it, private final user repo, user repository required args constructor. Okay, so user repository and dot find by email. We need to create this method too in that. So let me create it, user repository and optional user find by, not username, its email. Okay, yeah, done. Where is my service? Okay, find by email, and then login request dot get email. Okay, or else throw, or else throw. Okay, and what? So first let me add the some loggings. So log dot warn. Okay, and login failed, user not found. Okay, with the login request dot get email. Okay, and then let me return the invalid credentials exception that we are going to create. Okay, and invalid email or password, right? Okay, so this will create it. Okay, then fine, right? If all goes good, then what? Okay, let me check. So user contain active, right? Yeah, is active. So what? User dot is active, get is active. Okay, and not, right? Then to okay, we can just copy this warning. Fine, and here will account inactive. Okay, yeah, maybe deactivate, so account inactive, and yeah, same thing. Then we'll throw same invalid credential. Okay, and here the message should be user, or I can say account is inactive, right? Okay, next is, let's go on. If password encoder. Okay, so let me also private final password encoder. Okay, so let me match it. Okay, so password encoder dot matches. Okay, and here login request dot get password. Fine, and user dot get password. Okay, so let's match it, what user entered and what I'm getting from the database. So if it, okay, let me not, right? Warning. Okay, and incorrect password. Fine, for this email. Okay, and we can throw the same thing. Okay, fine. Okay, else now let me create the what? Token. Access token equals JWT service. Okay, so let me also create, one second, new Java class interface. Okay, JWT service. Okay, and it's equally implementation class JWT service Impl. Okay, fine. So for now let me private final JWT service Impl. Okay, in that we are going to create a method generate token. Okay, and we are going to pass the user dot get email and roles. Okay, so user dot get roles, right? Okay, and the same thing for the refresh token. So string refresh token equals what? We are going to pass one second, just one thing in that. So generate refresh token, and yeah, because it is a refresh, we need to refresh the token. Okay, same. Okay, so now we the first step is done. No, second step. The first step is to add the HTTP servlet response in the controller. Okay, and this is my method. The second step is to generate the token. Okay, this is done. The third step is what? So cookie util. Let me also private final cookie util. Okay, and cookie util. Okay, what the we have created, where is the util? Yeah, here, this is. So cookie util, okay, and dot set access token cookie, set access token cookie. Okay, and we are going to pass the response here. Okay, like what response we are getting first, that. Okay, so we've added in the controller to the service to this method. Okay, fine. And the second thing is the token, because we are going to pass so we are going to set this token in the cookie which we are going to create in the util and send in this response. Okay, fine. So don't confuse. Okay, simple. And same for the refresh token. So set refresh token cookie, and response, and refresh token. Okay, and we'll login successful, login.info. Okay, we'll add what, login successful for user, okay. uh, we can also just write here cookies set. Okay, then yeah, same login request dot get email, and then return what, we need to return the user DTO. Okay, but we have just a user, so we need to, let's convert it. Okay, so map to user DTO, and we'll pass the user here. Let me create this method. So private to it user DTO. Okay, map to, fine, and here let me just set off a string first, role names. Okay, equal user dot get roles. Okay, dot stream fine. Okay, dot map. Okay, and so role dot get role name. Okay, dot name, right. Okay, and then dot collect. So yeah, that's it. Yes, and then we'll just pass it in our return, and user DTO dot builder dot whatever ID. Okay, then dot email, then dot first name, then last name, then phone, then roles, then is created, is active, then created at, and then dot build, right. And here user dot whatever, user dot, okay, then user dot phone dot get phone. Okay, here role names, right? Okay, is active, so user dot get is active, created at. Okay, that is done. Fine. Now just need to create this classes, exception classes, and this too is the the second stage, and let's work on it. Fine. Yeah, so this is generate token we've already did in so many projects. So now the flow is like here, response token created. Okay, now we are calling the cookie util. Let's go in the cookie util. Okay, so the first method which we have created is set access token cookie, right? Okay, so public void set access token cookie. So what we are getting from the auth service, we are getting the response, okay, and access token response, that is HTTP servlet response, and access token string. Okay, so yeah, same thing, HTTP servlet response and token. Fine, and then cookie equals create cookie. Okay, so we'll create another method, helper method. Okay, and first access token. Okay, fine, then access token. Okay, and then what, uh, age, right? So it should have max age. So access token max age, right? And then response dot add cookie. Can you see this method add cookie, and we'll pass this cookie. Okay, so now in the response we have added the cookie. What it means is, see, that's it. Okay, so what it means is, look at here, we have added the cookie in the response. Now for every request, with every request user requested the resources, so with every request browser is gonna send the cookie in the response which contains the token. With that token user can access all the other endpoints. Okay, so now there is, yeah, no need to pass the login response here. Getting my point? Yes or no? Okay, yeah, so let's complete it. Fine, so create cookie. Let me create this method, helper method, private. Okay, and cookie. Fine, create cookie. So 1 second, what happens, create cookie, and yeah, the first is name, okay, and then value, and then int max age. Okay, so cookie equals new cookie which takes the name and value. Okay, here same thing, just like we used to create in our past projects. Okay, so cookie dot set HTTP only, okay, which is true. Okay, let me also add the comment, cannot be accessed by JavaScript. Okay, set HTTP only, that means, okay, accesses protection. Okay, next is what, cookie dot set secure is true. Okay, so only sent over HTTPS in production. Okay, and then cookie dot set path. Okay, fine, so it means available for all paths. Okay, and then cookie dot set max age, and then we'll return the cookie. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so this is expiry time. Okay, fine. Private int. Okay, and what, access token max age. Okay, similarly private int refresh token max age. Okay, so add value. And where is, yeah, so jwt dot cookie dot max age, will set it in the properties file, and same thing at value. Okay, and so jwt dot refresh cookie, okay, dot max age, right. Also one more private boolean and secure. Okay, at value, so jwt dot cookie dot secure, right. Yeah, see, this is done. Fine, so now let me do just last thing. Auth controller, you come here, cookie util jwt service, you come here. Okay, so at first controller, so this is my user, user click on the login. Okay, login form open, username, password, login button. User click on the login. In the back end, control calls this method, login method, obviously comes here. Now it is calling auth service dot login. Okay, also passing the login request, username, password, and the response we are passing http servlet response. Okay, so calling the login method in the auth service. Fine. Second step, auth service, okay, auth service. Okay, so now the control comes here. Okay, here everything goes good, goes well. Okay, and then it comes here, string access token. Okay, so jwt service token, it will generate. Okay, we'll create the method later on in the jwt service to generate the token. Access token generated, refresh token generated. Okay, and then the control comes here. Okay, where we are calling set access token cookie and passing the response. The response we are getting from here to here, and we are passing from here to this. Okay, and the second parameter is the token which we have generated. Fine. The next is the cookie util. Okay, cookie util, and yeah, then next the control comes here in the cookie util. Cookie, it will create cookie with the access token max age. Okay, cookie created, all secure, everything else, set path and returning the cookie, and then added that cookie in the response. Fine, that's done. And then finally, okay, cookie added in the response, and then finally again control comes here. Okay, login successful, map returned to user DTO, converted to the user DTO. Okay, and then return it response ended dot login response. Okay, user DTO. Yeah, fine, that's it. And we are getting the user DTO with cookie content token added in the response. Simple. Same thing goes with the refresh token, also with the logout, because we are going to create everything in this. So same thing, set access token cookie, set refresh token cookie, set delete access token cookie, delete refresh token, delete all auth, logout. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, so I hope you have got the point, got the flow. Do it now at your own. Pause the video, okay, and start it. Okay, so let's go with the next auth controller. Okay, this is done. Login. Register will do it later on. Okay, everything is same only. Register is, no change. You will get everything in the, implementation code, but the impact, the main thing, the main flow is like this. Okay, user DTO we need to pass, not the login response. Okay, because we need to send the cookie in the response. With every request, browser can take care of that. Okay, fine, do it. So let's go with the refresh token, logout, forgot password, reset password, and then other things. Okay, quickly let's start with that. So this we've implemented. Let me copy this method, go to the cookie util, and same implementation, copy paste. Okay, copy paste just this name to this name, and here refresh token. Yes, that's it. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now in the auth controller, refresh token, here to HTTP servlet response. Okay, and in place of map request, add cookie value name. So what name? Refresh token, right? And required should be false. Refresh token. Okay. Fine. And let me just, so we need to first check it, right? So refresh token, if null, then we need to return the unauthorized status, right? Yeah, this thing. And else, same thing, user DTO, user DTO. Okay, so user DTO equals auth service dot refresh token. Okay, and we'll pass what? Refresh token and response. Okay, and user DTO we need to return it. Fine, let me create this method in the same auth service here. So public user DTO refresh token. Okay, and yeah, I'm getting the token and response. Fine, and then log.info. So refresh token request received. Okay, let's start. So first let me fetch the username, okay, from the token, right? So jwt service dot extract username. Okay, and refresh token, right? Okay, what the token we are getting from that, because see, we need to just refresh it, already have the token, so from that we need to first extract the username. Okay, and extracted username. Okay, let's keep it fine, and then user equals user repository dot find by email. Okay, and we are passing the username. Okay, okay, and dot all else through, right? Same thing what we did, just you can, where is that? Log dot find, so refresh token refresh token failed, and user not found. Okay, username, right? And return new, same invalid credential exception. Oh, okay, invalid refresh token. Yeah, okay. Then if JWT service dot, also we can we need to check is token expired. Okay, and we'll pass the refresh token. Then what? Then we can also just same thing, throw new invalid credential exception. Okay, and the same thing, invalid refresh token. Okay, you can also add the warnings here. Fine. Now everything goes good. Then we need to generate the new access token. Same thing. How? JWT service dot generate token. Okay, generate token, and we'll pass user dot get email and roles, user dot get roles. Yes, same thing, so generated. Okay, so all checks should passed. Fine. Now the token generated, and then cookie util dot set, same thing, access token cookie. So we will send now this token to set in the cookie, the new generated, okay, refreshed token. Okay, and we can just add log dot info. So new access token generated, and cookie set for username. Okay, and return map. Yeah, that's it, done. Okay, this is also done, returning the user DTO. Fine, the last thing is logout. Okay, here too we need to pass the HTTP servlet response. Okay, and auth service dot logout response. Okay, yeah, let's implement it quickly. So public nothing to return, void logout. Okay, and then log dot info, logout request. Okay, and then cookie util. So we need to just contact to the cookie util. Okay, yeah, because everything we need to, for the login, for the logout, we need to set or remove the cookies. So delete all auth cookies. Okay, and we'll send that in the response. Yes or no? Yeah, so we'll delete all the auth cookies and send that response. So now after that, if user try to access any request in the response, he'll not get the token. Okay, expired. Fine. Okay, see, simple. How simple is this? Yeah, so it's that there is no need for to pass the login response right now. Okay, browser will take care of everything. Just we need to handle how we'll send or remove our cookies which contain the token. Okay, so cookie util delete all auth cookie. Let me copy this and method. So public void and delete all. I already copied, right? Yeah, and I'm getting the HTTP servlet response here, and we will call two methods: delete access token cookie, okay, in the response, okay, and delete refresh token cookie response. Yeah, let me create these two methods. So public void delete access token cookie, okay, and I'm getting the same thing response. Fine, and here what we'll do is we will create the cookie. Okay, we'll call this method create cookie, and we will pass access token. This is the name, and the value should be null and age 0. Yeah, and we will add this in the response cookie. Same thing for the delete refresh token, refresh as such refresh token cookie, okay, and we'll create it. The name should be the refresh token, okay, null 0, and add this in the okay, in the response. Fine, okay, yes, it's done. Cookie util is done. Yeah, so we are access, we are just adding, creating the cookie, adding it to the response, access token, set refresh token, and for the see, let me just log out. Okay, log out. So we are calling these two methods. Okay, delete all access token cookie and delete refresh token cookie. In that, value should be null and age 0, null in age 0. Yeah, it's done, it's done. Okay, now we are just getting close to wrap up this user service with all best practices auth controller. So in the auth service also we need to create these two, okay, user DTO and refresh token, okay, and a string refresh token and response, and void logout, okay, and HTTP servlet response. Yeah, now auth controller, okay, created, everything is good, fine. Just we need to implement these two. So I'm planning to create another controller for forgot password and reset password. It should not include in the auth service, right? Okay, so we'll just do it. Okay, but now for now these three important API is done. Also flow is cleared. I hope now you are good to go. Let's start with our next implementation. Fine. Now another important thing, the task which I have given you, that is to implement the forgot password and reset password. Okay, and in that too, the main thing is how we can send the token in the link. We call it as a front end link, okay, so that user can click on that reset link and reset his password. Okay, so now let's implement, okay, finally forgot password and reset password. Fine. Okay, so at first let me create its service and implementation. Okay, so we'll not use our auth service. Let's create another service by the name, so it should be the interface password reset service. Okay, and in the implementation class, in the implementation package, let me create its equivalent password reset service. impl. Okay, fine. Okay, so where is my auth controller? Here, let me also private final password reset service. Okay, yeah, and it should be inside the password reset service dot. Okay, and this to the same. Yeah, fine. Okay, so where is my interface now? Password reset service. In that, let's create these two. Okay, so first one is void and forgot password. Yes, I guess. And what I'm getting the string email, right? String email. And another method is void reset password, and I'm getting the string token and a string new password, right? Okay, let me just check my controller. I guess, yeah. Now let's implement these two methods in our implementation class. Okay, implements and password reset service. Let me, yeah, implement the methods, both the methods. Okay, fine. Now there are around uh, you know, 5 to 6 steps, most crucial steps. Okay, and in this only I'm gonna show you that how we are going to send the token in URL, the URL which we are going to send in the to the user's mail, so that he'll click on that and reset his password. Okay, so at first let me 1 second at service at slf4j. Okay, and so let me log dot info and password reset required for email. Okay, and what's this? Okay, and the email which I'm getting. Fine. Okay, and then let me just comment step one. Okay, so it should be validate user exists or not. Okay, validate user exists or not, definitely. So user, let me import our entity user equals user repository, so also private final user repository. Okay, and required args constructor. Okay, so user repository. Okay, and dot find by email I'm passing. Okay, then same thing, or else dot or else pro. Okay, yeah, already did. Okay, here you can just log dot warning, and you can just write what password reset failed. Okay, fine. Why? User not found. Okay, and email. Now you'll return new user not found exception. Okay, fine. And user not found with email and with email. Yeah, that's it. Fine. Now, if everything goes good, then also we can just here log dot info. Okay, and we'll just type here user found. Okay, so user dot get first name. Okay, and 1 second, user dot get last name. Okay, so if user found, then yeah, first name last name. So comma user dot get last name, right? Yeah, it's good, right? Yeah, good. Now step number 2, what it is? delete delete any existing token. Okay, reset token. Fine. So, all right, I can say clean up, right? Because we need to delete any existing reset token if it is there or not. Okay, because we are resetting the password. Okay, so we need to generate a new random token. Okay, for that, where is my token repository I've created, right? Yeah, already created. In that, let me create one method first. Find by email, right? So optional. Okay, and find by email. Okay, and I'm getting the password reset token. Okay, the entity which we've already created at starting. Okay, so where is my, yeah, here it is. And in this, let me first get it private final password reset password token repository. Okay, fine. And here password token repository dot find by email. Okay, the email which we are getting. Fine. And if present. Okay, if present, then token, let's say token. Okay, and so inside log dot info, deleting existing reset token for email. Okay, and this is the email. And then token repository password token repository dot delete token. Yes. So if we found, okay, if we found that is there any entity available, password reset token, where is the entity? Yeah, then we need to remove it. Okay, we need to remove it in this variable we got. Now next, so the next is step number 3, and which is we need to generate new random token. Okay, so how to generate? We'll use token equals, we'll use the UUID. Okay, yeah, dot random dot toString. Okay, and we can just add the loggings generated. That's it. Now is step number 4. Okay, see how we are heading to sending the mail which contains the token. Okay, step by step. So now we need to save this token to database with expiry. Okay, once we generated our token, fine. Then we need to create our entity password reset token object. In that we will store that token and then save this entity. Okay, this is the entity only, right? Into the database. Okay, once saved, then we will pass that token in the front end URL. Okay, so before we'll create the reset link, in the reset link we will add the token and we'll pass it. Okay, so at the time of testing, if we'll hit this forward password, where is that? Yeah, if we'll hit this API, then uh, here in the step number 4 we are saving the token. Okay, so if we'll get the new token in the database, that means our forgot password is running very well. Okay, yeah, and then we'll create a front end link, react link. Okay, and pass it. Okay, fine. Okay, so now let's start with the step number 4. That is, let me first create the password reset token. Okay, not we'll just go with the password reset token dot builder. Okay, and then what the fields we have in this password reset token? Find token, email, expiry date, find used. So initially used is false. Okay, yeah, so we need to keep it as false only. Fine. So dot token. Okay, the token we already generated. Then dot email, the email which we are already getting. Then dot expiry date. Okay, so local date time, local date time. Okay, dot now. Fine. And dot plus minutes, minutes, that is token validity, validity minutes. Okay, fine, we'll create this. So let me create this too. Okay, a variable that is private int token validity minutes. Okay, value at value. Okay, so app dot password reset dot token validity minutes. Okay, app dot password reset dot token validity minutes. Okay, fine. Created this thing, and then dot used, so false dot build, right? Okay, and in the token repository, yeah, password token repository dot save. So now our password token, password reset token with the new token has been saved. Okay, with that email, with that email for which we need to reset the password. Okay, and then it comes our step number 5. Okay, and that is we need to create reset link. Okay, so a string reset link. Okay, it should be what? Front end, URL. Okay, and then our URL pattern reset password. Okay, and we'll pass the token. Okay, token. Fine. And for this we'll create a variable, and we'll pass it by using the properties files. So private string front end URL, and at value, so it should be app dot front end dot URL. Okay, fine. That's it. Now the step number 6, most crucial step, client. Okay, open pane. Step number 6, that is call the notification client to send email. Okay, so we need to call the notification client. Okay, fine. So till step number 5, what we did is first we have validated the user. Then if any existing token is there, then delete it. Then generate new token. Then with that token, we will save our password reset token to the in the database. Okay, and then we'll create a reset link so that user clicks on this link. Okay, it should be like localhost 5173 or 3000. Okay, react. And once done, now to call the notification client. Okay, our notification client which we have created in this at the in the last lecture, notification client. Okay, this client job is to call our notification service to send the email with those those information with this link. Yes, and he will get the email. Yes or no? Yeah. So now the last step is try. Okay. So map string email request. Okay, equals map dot off. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Map dot off. Okay. Now what? Email. So email. Okay. Then what? First name. First name. Okay. So user dot get first name. Fine. And then the last thing is reset link. Okay. So oh, 1 second, 1 second. Not that. Fine. And reset link. Yeah, got it. Fine. Okay. Now what? Now we can call the our notification client. So we can just log dot info and calling notification client. Okay, that's it. Now let me also get it. Let me also get it private final notification client. Okay, and then dot send password reset email. Okay, and let me pass this. Fine. So which contains the reset link also. Okay, wherever which contains the token. Okay, and first name and email. Right, we'll create this method in that in our notification client. And finally log dot info, and here we'll just write password reset email sent successfully. Yes, and then catch. So yeah, okay, let me also display log dot error. Okay, and here failed to send password reset email. Okay, that's it. See, this is what this will create in the notification client, and this is the exception. We'll create it later on. Okay, got it. Total is step number 6, and this is what the entire way to send the reset link to forgot the password. The next method is the reset password. Okay, yeah, let's do it quickly. Now in the reset password, what we need to do is we need to see we are getting the token and new password. So we need to check the token. Okay, we need to just do some checks, and we need to update the user's password. Okay, we need to update the user password with a new password and marked it as a used to true. Okay, so that is why we have created a new entity password reset token for the reset password and added the field used. So now once password reset done, then mark the used as true. Okay, it is being used. Fine. So let's do it, that too, and let's finish it. So at first, password reset token. Okay, and reset token equals repository, password token repository dot find by token. Okay, we need to find by token now. Let me create that method too. Find by token. Okay, and we'll pass the token which we are getting. So password token repository, the same thing. Okay, just find by token. Okay, and I'm getting the string token. Okay, no, here is string email. Okay, my bad. Fine. And yeah, find by email, find by token. That's it. Okay, let's go. Then or else throw what. Will just return. Okay, you can add what loggings invalid token exception. Okay, and invalid or expired token. Okay, fine. Now the next is we need to check if token is expired or not. Okay, so we need to check it here. Expired reset token. Okay, yeah. Now we need to check is step number 2. So this is the step number 1. Okay, that is we need to find token in database. Okay, second is we need to check if token is expired. So for that, if reset token, okay, dot is expired, the method which I already created in that. Okay, so if it expired, then we'll throw what new, same thing, invalid token exception. We'll create this class, this exception, and yeah, we'll just write here like token has expired, please request a new password link. Okay, so if it expired, then definitely, so we need to check it, most crucial uh, security purpose check. Then step number 3, we need to check if token was already being used. Okay, so for that, if reset token dot get used. Okay, if it is, then yeah, we'll throw new invalid token exception, and that is reset token has been used. Okay, same thing, please request a new password link. Yes. Okay, now step number 4. So step number 4, we need to get the user. So user equals user repository. Let me just copy paste the same thing. Okay, fine. Yeah, and now step number 5 is updating password. Okay, and crypt with bcrypt. Okay, encrypt with bcrypt. Fine. So a string encrypted password. Okay, encrypted password equals password encoder. So let me also get that. Private final password encoder. Okay, password encoder dot encode, and yeah, the new password which we are getting here. So we need to encode it, right? We can't just save it as what, as the text. Done, encoding done. Then we need to set it. So user dot set password, encrypted password. Okay, and then we need to save it. So user repository dot save user. Okay, and now is step 6. So here you can just add loggings like password updated successfully, and then step number 6, mark token as used. Okay, so it should prevent reuse. Fine. Okay, so reset token dot set used is true. Okay, so there is a used field. Okay, so marked as set used. Okay, and then in the token repository, password token repository dot save reset token. Okay, so we'll save that reset token. Okay, and you can also add the loggings. Finally, log dot info that password reset completed successfully. Fine. For email and user dot get email. That's it. Done. Yes or no? Okay. Okay, I'm getting this because I don't have any email field. So I'm getting from reset token get email. Okay, that is why I've created the email field in that. Okay, fine. Email field in the reset password reset token. Okay, now just need to create this exception. See, we have did so many projects, and in almost every project we'll just created an exception package, and these are exception. Okay, just we need to extend the runtime exception and create the constructor. That's it. Okay, yeah. So everything is done or created, or in the notification client we need to create this. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, let's do it right away. Notification client, so it should be the interface. Fine. And pane client. Okay, name should be what, in the notification service. Okay, because yeah, later on going forward we'll create the notification service. Okay, just like this is the user service. Okay, so upcoming next, and then its job is to call that. Okay, and URL. So fine, and notification dot service dot URL. Yeah. Now, what? Void, and what is the method name? Send password reset email, email request. Okay. So void send password email request, and the email request at request body. Okay, map, and yeah, let's rename it as request, right? Yes, and at, it should be the post mapping. Okay, let's internal okay, and notifications password reset. Yes, yes or no? So calls notification service to send password reset email. Okay, it contains this request, this request. Yes or no? Okay, now just exception remaining. Okay, and exception creation is just a piece of cake for you guys, right? Okay, so please pay attention now. Please pay attention and focus on my screen. Okay, see, in our YouTube channel, we have coded so many projects. Okay, so many projects we have coded: hotel management, movie booking application, user management, chatting application. So in all of that, we have did user service. Okay, same thing applies here. Okay, same JWT, same everything else. Just I want to show you the cookie management. Okay, forgot password, reset password, and that is we have did. I explained you step by step what you need to do and how to proceed, how to finish it. Okay, rest you can code. If you can't, I'm gonna push everything else, the finishing code to our same repository. You can just go and you know, access it, copy it, and learn it. First, you need to code at your own. Okay, fine. The GitHub repository is in the description below. The link in the description below. Fine. So now we need to start our next service, that is the product, product service. And what remaining is all the boiler plate APIs endpoints, like CRUD operations, basic CRUD operations: create, read, update the address, delete the address, create the address, user address, and everything else. Okay, and I hope you have already coded using our step 0 functionality. Okay, so in the shop zone, step 0 user service. Yeah, so using these all empty files which I have pushed, I guess you have already coded user service project. Okay, fine. So that's all about the video, and you'll get the entire user service. Okay, after this video, the link is given in the description for this GitHub link. Please follow that link. Okay, star it, fork it, fine. And at last, I wanna just want you to subscribe my channel to continue this series. Okay, you can tag me on LinkedIn. The link is available in the description. Okay, yeah, so till then, thank you, and see you guys in the next video with our product service. Okay, yeah, so like, share, subscribe, and thank you.